So I've had some boxes show up at my studio, and inside these boxes from my friends at Kali Audio are some speaker upgrades. So for the past, I think 3 years or so, I've been using the Kali Audio LP6 studio monitors exclusively in my studio. They actually replaced a couple of other monitors that I was using, and they've been super reliable in that time. I started out with the first wave speakers, and then when they released the second wave, I got my hands on a set of those as well. And quite honestly, I've loved every second of having them. They're fantastic speakers. And at the time of shooting this video, they're still either side of my computer screen right now for monitoring. And I've found them to be very reliable. I've moved house a couple of times in the last few years, and every room I've put them in, they've sounded great. But I've been speaking with my buddy Nate over at Kali about an upgrade because I've been very curious for a long time about their IN line of speakers. And in this video, I'm going to be unboxing my new IN5 studio monitors, but I'm also going to be telling you about a really cool giveaway. Now, this giveaway only applies if you're watching this video in 2024 and you're in Europe. So that's the UK and anywhere in mainland Europe, this giveaway applies. So first of all, let's start by opening the speakers. So the LP6 line, or the LP line, is the sort of entry-level line in the Kali range. They've got a couple of different ranges of speakers, and the LP line is basically the most affordable ones. So what they offer in that range is a really great high-quality set of speakers that don't break the bank. I think each speaker is about $200 a speaker. In the UK, that's likely going to translate to about 150, 170 pounds wherever you get them from. The IN line is sort of the next tier up. So these are about $350 a speaker. And then obviously they have a line above this as well. Before I take this fully out of the box, just to give you guys full disclosure, I've got a good relationship with Kali and they do always look after me. So they have given me the speakers in this video, and I'm going to be talking about a giveaway that they're doing as well in a moment. They're not paying me to make this video, but like I said, they have provided me with these speakers. And as always, all the thoughts and opinions in any video are always my own. So inside the box, we've got our quick setup guide. Power cable, very, very important because you need to turn your monitors on. Got these little rubber feet to go on the bottom of the monitor if you're going to desktop mount them. Now, I'm really excited about these monitors because, like I said, I'm a fan of the LP series, but I've wanted to upgrade for a while. Not because there's anything wrong with the LPs, but just because I personally have just wanted to hear what these ones are like. And now I've got a set. So big thanks to Nate at Kali for hooking me up with these. We had a good discussion at 42 Gear Street recently about speakers, and I actually shot a video with him, which will be on the channel soon, and we talk about the importance of speaker placement in a room as well. So keep a watch out for that video. Right, so these are quite heavy. So at first glance, they look different because the LP series has a large woofer and then a small tweeter at the top. Now, I've got the LP6s, which means there's a 6-inch woofer and then a small tweeter. But with this speaker, we don't actually have a single tweeter. We have a soft dome tweeter encased in a mid-range driver, and then we've got a 5-inch woofer at the bottom. So what that means is there's actually a little bit more separation here in how the drivers are feeding the frequency ranges. And what that means is, like all studio monitors, it gives a little bit more headroom. It's the same concept as if you're using in your monitors and there's multiple drivers. This sort of splits out the frequency response a little bit more and makes each speaker a bit more efficient. So rather than one big woofer doing all the lows and mids and then the tweeter doing the highs, in this case we've got the woofer, the mid-range driver, and the tweeter. So there's just a little bit more headroom as well. So I do have a second one of these, which I'm now going to unbox. And this is a good time to tell you a little bit about the giveaway. So the giveaway involves you winning something really cool to go alongside these speakers. So the first thing you have to do if you want to win is you have to buy a pair of high-end speakers. And when you buy those speakers and you open them up for the first time like I'm doing here, if you're the lucky winner, when you open the box, instead of your quick start guide, you'll have a golden ticket. And that golden ticket wins you a really cool prize, which we'll get to in a moment. So I'm not going to take that one out of the box because it's another IN5, so you know what that looks like. But if you open up your new IN5 box and you have a golden ticket, you're going to win what I'm about to show you now. And this is pretty heavy, so bear with me a second. This is back to front. The Kali Audio WS 6.2 subwoofer. This is a twin 6-inch driver studio subwoofer, and this is what you can win if you buy a set of IN5s in Europe or in the UK. You get one of those golden tickets, you get your hands on one of these for free as well. This is my first subwoofer, so setting this up is going to be a fun experience. Obviously, I've spoken to Nate a little bit about this and the importance of speaker placement. So I've never owned a subwoofer in my studio before, and he really wanted to get one of these in my hands to see what I thought. So I'm going to be doing another video on how I've set these things up as well in the very near future. But for now, I'm just going to crack this thing open because I'm really curious to see what it looks like. It's really heavy, actually, even though it's quite compact. It's a pretty weighty unit. So when you first open the subwoofer box, there's a quick start guide here, which is very useful because this has all the information you need on some best practices on setting your sub up. Another power cable. And then, oh wow, that's considerably heavy for a small little speaker. Now, obviously, the good thing with it being a subwoofer is I'm probably not going to be moving it around a great deal. It's pretty much going to live wherever I put it in my studio. And there it is, the WS 6.2 subwoofer. This looks really nice. I mean, Kali stuff I think looks cool. They've always got this real kind of sleek design to it. This is really nice because it's not flashy at all. So when this is kind of under my desk, it's just going to blend in nicely. It's not the sort of subwoofer that's going to have a ton of lights on it. It just sits really nicely and fits in with whatever your studio environment is. This particular sub has a 6.5-inch driver on either side. So what Kali's theory there is that by doing that, you take up half the space, but you still get the same efficiency from the sub. Now, other subwoofers, which have bigger drivers to compensate for the lower frequencies, can be much bigger than this. And Kali do actually offer a bigger sub as well. But this one is kind of ideal for home studios or small studios where you, A, don't have the space for a large subwoofer, or B, you just don't want to take up a ton of room with a large subwoofer. This is voiced out of the box to be perfectly compatible with the LP or the IN range of speakers from Kali, but it's fully compatible with any other speaker you have as well. So whatever monitors you're using, you can pair one of these with it. Now the sub has some ins and outs on the back, and this is really crucial for how you set this thing up. So usually you would connect your left and right speakers to the left and right outputs of your audio interface. But in the case of a subwoofer, we actually connect our speakers to the back of this, and then this connects to our interface. So this kind of acts as like a middleman because we're going to use a crossover to tell the speakers to stop producing frequency at a certain point and the sub to start. There's a point where the two things work together. Now, the cool thing here as well is that this has a foot switch, so you can switch the sub on and off if you want to as well. If you're mixing and you just want to hear a bit of sub, you can turn that on and off. There's a switchable crossover point there, volume, there's an RCA and XLR and jack combi inputs and outputs. Really simple. It does what it says on the tin. It's a subwoofer. It's going to kick out all the lows for me in my studio, and it's going to pair very nicely with my new speakers. On the back of the Kali Audio studio monitors, we have a lot of really useful information as well. This is really useful because this helps you tailor your monitors for your own space. So whether you've got them on stands and, you know, whether they're very close to a wall or not, or whether they're on the bridge of a mixing console or on a flat desk, there's a combination that you can do with these mini toggle switches that fine-tune the frequency response of the speakers to suit your room. So between this and the sub, and obviously setting it up with these switches, you can pretty much get the sound you need without needing to go into any serious room correction. This is really useful if you're just setting up like a project studio in your spare bedroom and you don't want to acoustically treat the space, or you don't want to spend a ton of money on room correction software. You can kind of do some of that from the speaker. This is obviously also useful if you have a space like I do, which is acoustically treated, because I can tune the speakers perfectly for the room. But yeah, there you go. There's my new speakers from Kali Audio. So the IN series speakers have a giveaway for the next couple of months for the remainder of 2024 in Europe and in the UK. Buy a set of IN speakers, either the 5s or the 8s. In the box, there will be a gold ticket. If you've got that gold ticket, you win one of those subwoofers. Check that out. If you're in the market for some new speakers, now is a great time to go and buy some, because you could win a subwoofer to go with your brand new speakers as well. So please do that. Please try, because having a free subwoofer is always a lot of fun. Big thanks to Nate and the guys at Kali for sending these over and getting me hooked up with these speakers. I am very excited to plug these things in, and I will report back with another video very soon to let you guys know what I think. Thank you so much for watching as always. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Enter the giveaway and good luck. It's open until the end of 2024 in UK and Europe, so let me know if you win. I'd love to know if someone who sees this video is the lucky person who takes home one of the WS 6.2 subwoofers. Links down below in the description where you can check these things out yourself, and if you are going to buy a set of iron speakers, there's some affiliate links in the description, and if you do use those, I get a small kickback from the store that you buy them from at no extra cost to you, so that obviously helps me out as well, so I'd appreciate that. If you are going to buy them, please use my links down below. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'll see you very soon.